He's like fighting with this guy on the side now? What? He's like arguing with him or something. Hey, yeah, this is not a strange music video. This band is... Man. Oh man, I love the tempo, man. I love the speed in So in this video, guys, I'm doing both the live reaction to the actual live performance of Yabami and also, of course, then the music video, right? So make it very clear here, right? So the music video is crazy with the beach and everything, and I'm like, what am I watching, right? And I'm just very new here, right? To Yabai T shirt Yasan, right? And I'm just like, what am I watching, guys? Like, the music is great, and it's a very, very interesting, unique music video. And I just felt that, man, I want to watch both the live and the music video, right, to compare them, whatever. And they're very, very different, right? This is whimsical, it's funny, and the other one is kind of crazy. So I think this is great. I really like it. This is, of course, a new band for me, right? I discovered them through the first take, and I just immediately really like the music, guys, right? So if you guys subscribe, press the like button, and check out my other course reactions with the band. Now then, let's get into Beach episode. Let's go, Beach episode. Beach episode? Oh my god, it's too anime now. Sorry, yeah. Beach episode. So immediately, man, I love this band's tempo, man. They got really high tempo. There's something I played in my other videos where I talk about like love by step, and I really like, you know, overall I like really high tempo music, right? Because this is actually a behavior change. If you look at the big five and a little bit here, you have extrovert and you have those things. People with my personality trait, then, right? We get deep into here, tend to like this kind of music, and I just want to point it out because you can almost kind of tell that. If someone likes these like really high tempo music like this, right, they have probably a similar personality to me, honestly, because you can actually really, really analyze people's musical taste, and that tells you a lot about who they are, actually, right? That being said, I mean, obviously I like a lot of different music genres, right, as you've seen. For example, last week I did like 1.5 hour TM Hot Limit video, right, massive long TM version, all his songs. You know, I like mostly his really like powerful, you know, right? So it's similar to me. Anyway, super nerd ranty, but yeah, I immediately like, man, I like this band a lot. This is why I'm here, guys, because I do like, it's like, it spoke to me immediately the first time I saw them with the first take, right? This is what I mean, man. Yeah, you're like, no. Okay, this is a weird music video. So there's a guy standing outside there, right? He's coming in now. They're recording it on hot beach somewhere. I love the beach. So this is definitely recorded with a drone, right? This has to be recorded with a drone, yeah. So you kind of see this much more modern now, right? Because how cheap it is to buy drones, right? Yeah, it has to be with them. He's like fighting with this guy on the side now? What? He's like arguing with him or something. Hey, yeah, yeah, this is weird now, man. It's weird. They're going out there and like arguing with him. This is not a strange music video. This band is... This band is crazy, man. I love the song. The music video is super weird, though. The music video is super weird, guys. I mean, they're basically just like going around there with a drone now, right? Yeah. And like, okay, it's like a beach somewhere. What? I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I like it. It's whimsical. It's interesting. It's different. I like that the band has like, okay, let's do something else, right? But if I can compare it with the last one we saw, KawaE, earlier this week, that one I would say, sorry, but it was better, right? Because that had some really interesting acting, like a proposal. I guess it was similar to the wedding thing overall, but it was like a really interesting from an actual like, how they were doing it. And I kind of like that when you have like 20 people that's doing a, coordinated dance or whatever. I really do enjoy that. But this one is just like really weird. Yeah, it's like, oh, we're at some beautiful beach somewhere. Okinawa maybe, I don't know. The Ocean Islands, I don't know. But it looks like it might still be Japan, right? But this could be anywhere in the Pacific, really. And it's just kind of like flying out drone stuff. But I mean, honestly, this could be like Florida. It could be any kind of thing where you have this kind of sand and water. Like I mentioned, I'm in Florida a lot, right? It's like my second home, I feel, these days. Yeah, this is like a beach similar in Florida. Actually, at the place that I was at in Florida last time, they literally is very similar to this place because there are several islands in like close to each other. So you have this almost exact same angle. It literally could be this place. I want to be overshadowing. This could literally be recorded at the place. It could. Like, that's how similar it is. But I just keep going, but I'm just like, yeah, they're fighting now while the song is going, I guess. What? This is some weird, like, this is... Yeah, now I'm swinging up for the drone. Burning. The song is great, and it's the weirdest music video ever. This is the music video! People think I'm trolling. No, this is the music video. It's a drone flying over the ocean, yeah. I'm sorry I'm talking over the music, I'm just too into it. But I'm just expecting some people to watch my video, right? Not knowing the band either, some of my subs, right? And being like, has to be trolling, right? Something. Because this is the actual music video. It is just flowing over the water here, and it's showing the lyrics of the text of the song. And yeah, the drone is just flying around over the water now for like a minute. It's just like, it's a beautiful music video, and the song, and again, this band is it feels very summery, they're very it's a party band, right? So it feels very fitting in that sense. But yeah, it is a very whimsical, a very strange music video. And it's so different to the last one, which, as I mentioned, instead was like, okay, we have all these dancers, all these musicians. It's like a cool park or something. This one is just like, oh no, we're like, chilling on the beach and sort of fighting with this guy and something, and it's like showing us the water instead. Yeah, it's just like. Yeah, this was a super weird, very strange music video. I don't know. I mean, I was like kind of new to this band, right? I'm a new consumer. I'm a new buyer here, right? I hope I said that correctly here. But you know what? Honestly, guys, I think we should go check out the live of this version, right? So, don't get me wrong. I think it's very interesting. I can say interesting, right? But it feels like it's almost a little bit like, here's our song, but we're gonna, we're gonna have this guy arguing, and it's a bit fun, right? And it reminds me of something like, for example, Twisted Sister, right? We're gonna rock, darn, I love this Snyder, right? And it's really fun. I have to say, I assume everyone has seen, I wanna rock, rock me.
No, better yet, stand
up,
and tell
mistress.
What
You wanna do with your life? This is a scene, right? Now rock, you know what I mean. So I don't wanna get copyright issues here, but you know what I mean. This is the classic. I wanna rock, right? Rock. Obviously, you see how I look. No, but I said in my videos, right? The band I grew up with the most when I was this age, right, was Kiss, of course. I'm a massive Gene Simmons fan, of course, Paul Stanley, my guy, right? And what can I say? My father loves his top though. My father loves his top. And my best friends, his father, he loves Kiss. And we would have our own band. And it was great stuff, especially in my live videos. And my point is that when I listen to this song here, right, Yabai, it reminds me a little bit of these kind of music videos where it's a great song, but it's also like a lot of this performance. We're gonna fight with this guy, we're gonna have an argument, right? So I love this song, right? I love this song from Three Sisters. It's one of my all-time favorite songs in like my life, right? I don't know how many times I've heard the song in my life, but from an actual music video standpoint, it is such a legendary good music video, but at the same time, it's not the best music video, right, to actually listen to today. Because if I just want to hear the song I want to rock, right, it's just kind of like, oh, I have to wait for like 2 minutes, you know what I mean? Like, it's a great music video when it was new, and it's super iconic, but at the same time, the song starts like here, right, you know what I mean? So that's a little bit of a fact with the Yabai video, where like, okay, it's like an interesting video, but not they're fighting, and it makes me laugh, and it makes me, entertaining, right? But I do feel that I kind of want to listen to the song pure, right? Without this like the storyline or whatever. Honestly, so let's go to a live one. But I hope you guys understand what I mean here, because again, in one way, I really, really love these kind of music videos, right? I think they're much better than your average like his song. I want this thing, right? I want the Run DMC, walk this way and press into the wall. It's like I want that, I want it. I love it. But also a little bit, it's like, it's like, but I also want to get the song sometimes. Yeah, so this is a live performance. Oh man, I love the tempo, man. I love the speed of them. I just dive in the stage and gosh, I get away, These, they have to fight people there. You're good. People are way too excited. So yeah, immediately, not to be hater, this to me felt better, right? Because now we're getting, but they're very different feelings, right? This is like, now I'm getting the purity of the great performance, right, of the song. And the other one, again, felt more like Sister, where I'm getting like a movie, a little bit of a storyline, a little bit of a funny event, right? And some beautiful ocean, I suppose. But Umi is a beautiful, so are we. Yeah. Kiri. It was very Kiri, I get me wrong. It was very, very Kiri. But it's like, this is, in a way, right? This is maybe better when you first introduced to a new band, because you kind of want to hear them kind of from a musical standpoint, perhaps. But I don't know. It depends, right? I feel I'm confusing myself now, because at the same time, what I liked with this band immediately was their stage performance on first take. I liked how he's like, oh, I'm gonna keep doing that. I liked how I felt the presence, the performance, right? And I keep comparing it to, because it's fresh in my head, right? But when I watched, for example, Team Revolution last week, again with Thunderbird, but also of course Hot Limit, but even with Thunderbird, which is a less, like, how say it, hyper, like, super song than Hot Limit. The way he sings, right? The way he presents himself when he's singing, that's why I'm listening to my life so much, because he really gets into the mic, and he's like, you feel how he's like, so into it, right? And that is something that's, I think, is so important to really be a standout musician, right? Because again, you can be, a perfect writer, music, whatever, right? But to really have that stage presence, I guess, right, and the performance. I think another person, I like all the girls, but I love Bike's reaction, right? And of course, who I love the most, Midori. You know how much I love I am in Midori. She's the ultimate gal. But I love gairos, right? Okay, if you're new to my channel, I really love Japanese hot gals, gairos, right? Or kuro gals, right? So in Love Bites, then they have one of their I mean, they're all beautiful. They're all amazing. I mean, all high women and so on. But still, though, when I see Midori, I'm like, oh, this is a gal. That's why I got into the Love Bites, because people asked me to do Love Bite reaction, right? And they was like, oh, you're gonna love this performer here, Midori. I was like, yeah, you got me. You know what I love, right? Because you really, but she looks amazing, but also she has that incredible, like, powerful performance, right? She's also like a bodybuilder, yeah. She's a bodybuilder gyro rocker, man. It's like my dream. I'm still openly in love with Midori, okay? I still buy it, okay? I don't care. I would marry Midori in a heartbeat, okay? I would have to immediately. Anyway, let's keep going with this thing because I'm Midori hyping you now. But but my point is that some people have this incredible, right? And also Asami also, whatever, all of them. Some people have some incredible, again, right, performance, not only from a musical standpoint. And that's what I felt with this band, right? When I saw them immediately. And I think it kind of sticks out, honestly, because I've done 30 first take videos now. And not to say that anyone is terrible to that, right? But I think some people just get there, they stand there, right, with the mic, and they just kind of sing, and then it's over, right, And some more people like these people, they get in there, like, they freaking hammer it down, right? And then some more people get in there, like Takanori, just smashes the mic, basically, right? And so forth. So you can really feel the difference there. And maybe, all being said, right? Maybe I'm just projecting, right? Maybe I'm probably projecting, because I am kind of like this, I am this hyper guy. I told about it last video. I want to do the dance, So maybe I'm just projecting. Maybe I'm just projecting because if I was an artist, I also probably would be like, wow, I would also be this guy probably. I wouldn't be able to be like just go into a booth and sit there, right? I'd also be like, wow. Yeah, I also would be that guy probably. Let's be honest here. I would be that position. I would burn down the building before I get out of it. Yeah, you know what I mean? That is true. That is true. I could help myself probably. Anyway, let's keep going. Yabami, Yabami, I love it that people keep trying to climb the stage though. These bands clearly attract a lot of crazy people. Yes, they're clearly popular with crazy people, clearly. Yeah, this guy doing the mosh pit. That's a different thing, okay? Okay, let's be honest here, okay? I've been in a lot of concerts in my life, and it's a big difference though. Like one guy did, he was doing the kind of the mosh pit, you dive to the stage kind of feel, right? That I think is completely fine, arguably. People are into it. Depends on the band, you can have the feeling of the genre, right? But it's one thing to kind of, float with the audience kind of thing, that typical mosh pit thing. It's another thing to try to, run up to stage, right? Yeah. The guy we saw this in before, he was kind of just floating around in the middle, right? I think that's perfectly fine. Again, assuming that people are, is the kind of, fans, right? They kind of really carry you and so on. But yeah, don't do the whole, like, trying to run up the stage, right? That's a big difference, but yeah. But that guy, he's just kind of floating the people, right? Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. That's part of it. Is someone throwing the pantsu or something? Someone is throwing something at least, yeah. Maybe a t-shirt. That's true. Maybe someone's throwing a t-shirt, yeah. Arigato! Man, it looks so sweaty, man. I love that. I like that. Yeah, I like when someone is basically like they're playing off. Yeah, he looks like he's dying man on stage. That's how it should be, man. Yeah, this is thing, right? One thing I do really like, no, I'm covering it. Sorry about that, but the whatever I'm this thing, do like this. Yeah, there I am, beautiful. I like to have a T-shirt, right? Kind of T-shirt measurements, yeah. It's like buy my T-shirt, yeah. Honestly, guys, I assume, right, that if you're a fan of this band and have been in for a while, I assume you have bought a lot of T-shirts, right? Maybe this is like a commercial PR stunt. You're like, maybe you have to explain to me why they come up with this name, I suppose. But I'm kind of hoping that the band is just super capitalistic and was like, I have this really cool T-shirt brand. What if I make a music about it and I'm selling people my T-shirts? They're actually not. It would be really funny if they were not into music. He's trying to sell their T-shirts. That's a real desire of this band. Yeah, the whole band is just a scam. It's like, no, we don't like music. We want to sell T-shirts. You know what? I make a lot of my own clothes, right? If you didn't know that, like this shirt I have on me here, right? This Sailor Moon shirt. A lot of clothes I make myself, right? By using, to be fair, I use a 3D printer, right? So I make my clothes using a 3D program, and then I send, of course, my 3D prints, right, to this, printer studio when they print out for me, of course, and I pay for that, right? So I don't sit there and tailor clothing. But you get my point. I make the actual art, right, so to speak. And I do admit that, yes, of course, sometimes just like, if it depends, of course, but I have made T-shirts where I actually have made all the figures myself or whatever, absolutely. But this Sailor Moon shirt, for example, yes, of course, this is like image of Sailor Moon from the anime, obviously, but you get my point. I've taken all the anime shots and I made the shirt myself, right? So I actually have my own T-shirt thing that I've been doing, and actually I have sold a couple of times, and people have asked me over the years, like, why don't you have a site or whatever? You probably actually could make some money if you had like a link to some site you can buy for it. But I had this weird thing that I don't want to like make money selling shirts in some weird way. Not that I'm against that, but I mean more like I made this Ghislaine shirt that a lot of people have asked me how to buy it, and I made it myself first. And people asked me, "Oh, can I buy it from you? Or can I buy your design of it?" Or whatever. But then I was like, no, it's my shirt, okay? I spent like a day making that shirt. I spent like 8 hours designing that shirt, and I printed it, and it's my shirt. No one can have it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that for me. It's more important for me to know that I have my own unique design T-shirt than actually making, I don't know, 10, 20 bucks or whatever, right? 50 bucks. But I'm sure if someone was willing to pay, if it was like 10,000 people would buy it from me, I guess then I would sell. Yeah, okay, fine. But assuming it's like 1-2 people want to buy it, then I'd rather just have it my own design, my copy, something like that. It's just like, it's mine, it's all my precious. So it would be funny for me. It would be really funny for me if this band purely is like, no, we're just trying to sell T-shirts. As a side note, for that matter, talking about T-shirts here. Last point about that, okay? But it's an actual honest story, and people might not believe me, but this is 100% true. I actually worked a little bit with the H&M. I know I have no idea what they call it in Japanese. I can't remember it, but I think it's called the same thing in Japanese. So H&M, right, is a Swedish clothing brand. Hennes och Maurit, and I don't know what they call it in English, but I think it's called the same, right? H&M and so on. But I actually worked with them briefly with actually just designing your own T-shirt. So I was there a little bit because they needed like a UX design director or whatever, interface guy, help them a little bit with making their own site. The customers then could design their own T-shirts. Not making this up. 100% true. Must have been like 7-8 years ago now then. Something like that. But it was kind of funny because that was at that time where I just had started making my own T-shirts. Something like that. A little bit. So I was in an interview. I was like, oh, I actually make my own T-shirt on my own program. What do you have? Yeah. So I actually had a pretty good insight because I've been trying then to make my own clothing, right? Using different, like free programs you can find it online. Some open source softwares, and they of course had their own software. So I had a pretty good understanding of, from like a user perspective, what functionality do I actually want, right? So I actually was kind of the perfect person to come in there and help them as a consultant and just a little bit, some extra cash, right? Because I had the understanding of how to, let's say, design a program, but also actually making T-shirts. I was like, oh, I actually know this exactly what to do here. But anyway, I digress. Super little side nerd story there. But yeah, this was great. I did like this more, to honestly, than the beach bit, even though I love the beach episode. But I think that this gave us more feeling, right, of the actual band performance, yeah, how it feels and so on. And it's also really fun just seeing the, all the fans, right? So I just want to give you a question here at the end, guys. Do you want, and this is something I've tried with many different bands for over the years now, since last year, really, when I started doing this kind of stuff. Do you want this method? Maybe look at one music video, and also then, of course, also look at the live performance. So I've done it in the past, like I said, where we do like basically 2 video in one. This makes the video pretty long though, and of course I have to edit a lot and all the fun stuff. It takes me more time to make it, but I do feel it gives me a more valuable video, right? Because we can compare it to 2 different stuff, both the music video and the live performance one. Because in the previous one, I used the music video, right? Which was great. Is this showing me someone I love KawaE more? No, but I'm just being honest, guys. It's not like I disliked. I think, as I keep saying, the beach part, Ume part was interesting. It was very whimsical. It makes me intrigued, right, in the band. It makes me, oh, I want to see more of this. Yeah, I was like, oh, interesting. Yeah, it makes me more like that, right? Where in the proposal bit, I just felt like, oh, this is just super funny. This is great. This is just enjoyable. The act is so good. It's just Jamie. It's just, I guess it's kind of like this mentally. That one satisfied me immensely. I was like, oh, this is so good. I love it, right? Where here, I was like, man, this beach thing is really strange. I need to see more, right? So in that way, the band hooked me now to want to see more. So in that way, it's better because now I spent double the time on them, right? But it's more that mentality. It's like, I need more of this. I need to understand this better, right? It's like a weird puppeteering. How can I see more of this? And not to say this bad, but I'll say it last, guys. I have definitely done this in my life with a lot of TV shows, with not just anime, but I mean TV shows. You know what I mean? Where you have like a show, right, where you're like, I don't understand what they're doing here. I don't know what I have to see more. Yeah. I've definitely been there with a lot of shows where they're like, I don't understand episode 1 here. I'm just gonna watch more of it just to grasp it. Yeah, like I don't get it. Like I don't know what this is. Like it's a little bit that feeling when I'm like, man, this is But honestly, this band is very cool. They're very different, and that's my guess then for why they call this T-shirt. Yeah, it's just like a completely random name. I'm guessing they just picked this name because it's completely crazy, and it's just like the most whimsical cray name that they could come up with. Like, oh, this is, what if we call ourselves a T-shirt Godzilla bro or something? Like, okay, cool, let's do that. Yeah, it feels like some random words. It's like, okay, that's cool. Let's go with that. Yeah, it's awesome. And there, guys. Hope you guys have a video. Subscribe and have a great day.